Welcome to the last video of today's series. This evening, 6 o'clock in Switzerland, we're going to do a few minutes of diminished sevenths. So, here's what you need to know about diminished seventh chords. There are three of them, if you spell them in sharps. This is the first one we're going to do. It's the D, diminished 7, D, F, G sharp, B. It's also known as the F, or the G sharp diminished, or the B diminished. 4 chords, 4 names, same group of pedals. Let's do another one. The C diminished. It's D sharp and F sharp. And don't worry, we'll take it case by case. C, D sharp, and F sharp. So the D was G sharp. The C is D sharp and F sharp. And what else do you need to know? This one. The C sharp. C sharp and A sharp. So C was D and F. C sharp, which we just talked about, C sharp and A sharp. And D. What's interesting about the diminished chord is it has tritones. Here's a tritone, and here's a tritone. It's 2 nested tritones. Here's the next one, and here's the next one. Don't feel drowned. It might seem like a lot, but there's only 3 chords. 3 chords, each of which has 4 different names, giving us the 12 different notes. Here's how I want us to explore them. With this theme. That's right. From the White Stripes, the Seven Nation Army, D, D, F, D, C, A sharp, A. Well, how many notes is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 diminished chords, although there's only 3 diminished chords. Remember. So if you look at the first one, it's going to be D, F, G sharp, B. And the next one is the same group, because there's an F in this, but you can see there's, so it's F, G sharp, B, D. It's like an inversion. Who knew it was so easy to play diminished chords on Seven Nation Army? But now it changes. So we have C, D sharp and F sharp. Dun, 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 dun. A sharp. So that's what's funny, is when you have this C, D sharp and F sharp, going to A sharp, C sharp, A sharp, going back. So the first part, this is all the same, just a G sharp. And then he goes back and forth from the C, D and F, to the A sharp, C and A, then back to the D and F. So if you're looking at our pedals, it's D and F, C and A, D and F. Back and forth. This to this to this. D and F to C and A to D and F. And what do we have for our right hand? For our hand, we have sort of smushed on the bottom and then looks like a normal triad. The next one, C and A, the A sharp. It looks like the way we normally space chords normally. The way sometimes we space chords in physical thirds, right? Yeah, that's the best way of saying it. And the last one, the A. Oh, I like this. No, almost. It's symmetrical. It's nice. We have 2 chords in the middle, and then we have 2 strings in the middle. Then we have empty strings in here. So it's sort of the symmetrical shape. So it was that one, C, D, F, A, spaced in physical thirds, and actually, be going between the A sharp, the top 2 fingers just slide down a string. E and G goes to D and F, which are both sharp with our pedals. So if we look at the pedals, if you wanted to play the theme, D, D, F, C, D, C, A sharp, A. The pedals that will go along with that would be G sharp, if we're playing diminished sevenths, which the White Stripes never did on top of this theme, I don't think. Sorry. Then for the C, it's going to be D and F. So, and then C and A, and then D and F. Right? It'd be just to show what we're doing, but we're not playing all the notes. We're just letting the feet do their job, and playing one of the 4 notes of the diminished 7th chord, the one that makes the theme, if you're playing it starting on a D. Because in fact, we're playing the theme 4 parallel times, separated by diminished chord. Anyway, so it's G sharp, D sharp and F sharp, A sharp and C sharp, and then back to the, and really, this D sharp to F sharp, C sharp, A sharp, D sharp, F sharp. What we call in the business the 3 blind mice motive. DNF, DNF, CNA, A, DNF, DNF, CNA. So, let's look it through this quietly with the diminished 7ths. DFGB. And it's like a palindrome, right? Because it goes back to D in the end. D and D. Or like a sandwich. And then CDFA. Are they all jumping down? Yes, except that the 4th finger is jumping a little bit more, isn't it? This is what I like about this. The D and the F, I'm sure the C diminished. First, the top 3 fingers, when we're going to the A sharp, from here to here. First, the top 3 fingers slide down a string while the bottom finger jumps. And then just the top 2 fingers slide down. I think it's useful to think what's going on with your fingers. We're so used to just reading the music and just plug it in like we're touch typing. So, I know it's a lot to throw at you. We could have just done a diminished video where we just played around with 2 chords with a metronome. And you could. You know, doing a C diminished with your D and F, then doing your C sharp. And we could have done that. But because it's the last video of the day, I thought some White Stripes could be fun. So, let's play it together very, very slowly. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe like this, I guess. Like. So it's G, F, G, B. C, D and F. A, C, E, G. Your feet know where to go now. A, C, D, F. Let's do it again. Maybe with a metronome. Dun, 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 dun. So that sounds like a nice tempo. Okay, here we go. D, F, G, B, and. That's way too fast. C, A sharp. And remember, you get this A sharp, it feels normal. It feels stacked in thirds. Let's do just the second half. Dun, 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 go. The pedals are nice. Bum, bum, bum. Let's do the top. So it's A goes with the D and F, G goes with the C and A, and F sharp goes with the, yeah. So it's C, D, F, A. Let's do, before we run out of time, let's do the first 2 of those. We'll do this chord, C, D, F, A, going to A, C, E, G. Back and forth, like a demonic T for 2. So it's C, D, F, A, D and F, then A, C, E, G. Already this is kind of nice, kind of a juggling. So let's look very quickly at the last one. From the A sharp, C sharp, E, G, to the A, C, D sharp, F. Back in the metronome. A sharp to A. A sharp to A. Going to keep on going. So, I know this is a big thing to put together. Let's do that together, the three blind mice. So like 3, 4, and 3, C, A sharp, twice more. And once you get that going, you can put it all together. And even do the second part, right? Anyway, this is a nice way, since there are only 3 diminished chords, it's a nice way to explore all 3 of them. I think it's useful rather than just doing, I think it's also good to do chromatic scales of the diminished chords, but the danger of doing that is you become an expert at doing chromatic scales of diminished chords. And what the nice thing about these chords is to learn them in different contexts. So often in the 5-Minute Club, I'll take different melodies and we'll put this together just so you'll have really flexible ears and fingers and feet and minds. All right. This brings us to the end of our time. If you like this, if you want to see more of this, I'll show you a useful place you could go, which I think I was already up on the screen, but here it is again. If you go to my website, harplab.net, you can find a place called the 5-Minute Workout Club. It's a very long URL. It's not so easy. This is not clickable. That's good. That keeps it honest. But yeah, you can just go to harplab.net and you can easily find it there. And it's really fun. There are all these videos, over 5 hours of videos, each around 5 or 6 or 7 minutes long, like this one. And a new one comes every week. And it's not always about the white stripes. In fact, almost never. Anyway, thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed. And, see you around. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go over here to stop the video. Are you ready?